When we talk about growth rate, a business tends to grow to its concentrated market size very quickly. So, for instance, let's say you've identified a market that really needs your product. Well, the more the market needs your product, the faster they'll buy it. But once that market is saturated, then growth tends to level off. So, as a business owner, you either have to find new markets, new uses for your products, or you have to be innovative as far as making sure your sales keep going up. Very rarely do businesses maintain a high level of growth for very long periods. There's usually a period of fast growth followed by a period of stable growth. In some cases, you can even have a period of decline if the managers are not innovative enough, where they just kind of let things flow instead of like thinking of innovative ways of going back into the market.
Now, let's take a look at the effect of growth rates on the business value and revenue projection at retirement. Before I start playing with the variables, first a couple of things I should get out of the way. How to use this Excel file. So, in the Excel file, you go to the test tab, and then you will notice there are some couple of variables you can test. Now we're testing the effect of growth rate. The blue shaded area is the value directly from the Excel calculations as it is. In order to compare multiple values, you will need to still highlight the blue shaded area, right click, copy, and paste 1, 2, 3 into one of the blank rows. The reason this is done 1, 2, 3 is so it pastes value only, and this allows you to compare multiple values without having to, write on a piece of paper or anything. So you can see right in Excel how the values are changing based on the variables you're changing. Now let's take a look at how changing variables can actually affect our business value and revenue projection in retirement. To do this, we go to the Data Entry tab. In the Data Entry tab, we see here currently we have revenue at 12-month revenue currently at 200,000 and 12 months prior at 150,000. We're not going to change any of the market values, but we do know that market value does bears an impact on how far you can grow. So let's see what this looks like here in the test results. You see our business value at this is within the 5-year period will be 2,490,000 at a 33% growth rate, and revenue projection is 632,000. So we copy this and we paste it, and then we move to the next thing we want to compare. So now let's say we grow a little bit faster, what effect that will have on our business value. We go back to the Data Entry General. Let's make this 50,000, and that will give us a faster growth rate. Go back to the Test tab, and then we can see here that if we have a 300% growth rate, wow, our business value is now 40 million rather than 2 million. And revenue projection is now 13 million. That's a huge difference. So it looks like the faster you're growing, the more your business is worth. Now let's say we have a smaller market. Let's see what impact that would have on our growth rate. Let's make this 300. And then let's take a look at our results. Oh, wow. Even though we're growing at a very fast rate, our business value is only 835,000. And that's because your business cannot grow bigger than your market. We copy that and then we paste it. So there's one more thing we need to think about. What about if we're growing at a negative rate? So let's go back here, make this 250,000, and let's see what impact that has. Wow, we have a negative business value. Well, that doesn't really mean anything because nobody's going to pay you negative money. It's just trying to tell you when you have a negative value or cannot compute value, that's just trying to tell you that either one, your business is not going to make it. Two, there are more details that you need to be looked at that more than the software can do. Three, you maybe you should really rethink your strategy, because if you're growing at a negative rate, your business might not make it to be part of the retirement portfolio. So, you really need to sit down and think, what needs to be done to make sure that you can grow at a rate that will help you meet your goals. So in summary, what have we learned? We have seen that it's just not enough to have a fast growth rate. You also need a good market, and you also need to also have a healthy amount of competitors, because when the market gets competitive, then it's hard for you to grow. Well, growth rate is not the only thing that affects your growth. You also have to be concerned with net income and other factors. So next we'll go ahead and see the effect of net income on your business value and revenue projection.